small session here.
Okay.
It started. Started. Okay. 2, 3. So good evening, guys. You're going to have only 30 minutes because I'm also tired, and I saw Sharon saying that she's also tired. So it's very simple thing here today that we just want to see because who are experiencing blackout. Okay, let me create a new file. I hope you know to do that. You just have to click on the green plus button that is on the top left corner, the R script. Then I'm going to show you like 5 things, the most common ones, and we are going to use the readily available data that we have. And so before that, I want to show you the process that I've kept on showing you, but it's like a repetition. It's called a systematic process that you guys should systematic process. I hope you can see my screen. In case of anything, you just put on the in message in this call. So systematic process. That is what. Sorry. You have to start exploring. Explore, and that is header, as I've always said. Hope you know the meaning of header in full by now. Then the second thing is after exploring is cleaning. Then because after exploring you have to identify some issues. Then after cleaning is manipulating, and after manipulating is describe. And describe is also includes summarizing. So describe and summary. After doing that, the next thing you're going to do is to visualize, to show distribution, and after visualizing, the last thing is going to be to analyze. Okay, so this is the best procedure to use. If you get this, you are good to go. So focusing on today, which is a cleaning, we are going to use the readily available data. We are going to create one as we are used to doing. We are going to focus on these things. The first one is the variable types. The second thing you're going to focus on is what? The select and filter. And it's a repetition of our first session because if you can recall, select and filter, they are in the library dplyr, and you already know that there are functions under that library. The third thing is find and deal with what? Find and deal with missing data. Do you recall mutate function under dplyr? That is it. Find and deal with missing data. Then you're going to check duplicates. That's a repetition. Sorry, I'm just typing the wrong thing. Enter. Number 4, that is duplicate. Number 5, you're going to have recording. Recording what? You're going to have recording values. This will be handled by you guys. Okay. So that means we're going to focus on 4 main things that are most common. So in all this, we are going to use a tidyverse. It's a library, if you can recall. Tidyverse is a collection of libraries, just the same way we saw yesterday. You have repetition like the scheme R performing one function, while we have a dplyr that can perform more than 15 functions. Okay, so tidyverse is a collection that can perform several functions. So we are going to focus on that today. Let me reply this message here. Okay, so as usual, come to the console here. I hope you know this process now. Install dot packages. You put in bracket two what? The quotation mark.
double quotation.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for reminding me. I keep forgetting. Yeah, thank you. Install the packages. Tidyverse. Tidyverse. Then I'm going to allow it to install. I don't think it's supposed to take time, even though it has many functions. Yes, Kevin, thank you for the reminder. I'm actually recording it. Okay. Uh, yes, I'm recording. So tidyverse, allow it to install successfully. So it has finished. After installing, what follows? Oh, sorry. Here, come back here. I'm going to call it. That is my library, tidyverse. And I just want to check the installation is successful. So I'm going to highlight this button. I'm going to run. It's okay. When it appears like this, it means it's okay. Okay. Warning was built under. Oh, it's okay. It attaching core tidyverse packages. Read R. So you can see some of the functions that are inside tidyverse. We also have dplyr inside there. And today we are going to use the readily available data. Sharon, there's a time I told you we always have some data that is there for practice in R, and you can use them anytime you want to do practice. So if you want to see them, you just write data and some empty bracket. Empty bracket. Sorry, I'm going to run this part only. You can see they are here. There are very many, and each one of them has an explanation of what it consists of. Okay. Uh, so if you want to see it, you just write data and the empty bracket. Oliver, let me call you after 5 minutes, please. Okay, let's proceed. So after data, we want to use one. Each and particular data set meant for practice here has its own function. We have this one here that I want us to explore today. It's called StarWars. Let me check it. It must be here. Okay, I'm going to view it directly. I don't have to search manually. So let me show you the one that you're going to use. If you want to view any of them, as long as you know the name, you can just pick the name from here. So if you want to know any of them, you just write view and then you write its name. And I think that is the correct name. Let me run so that I see if it's going to load. It's supposed to load. Yes, it's here. So you can see what it contains. It has the name, height, mass, hair color, skin color, eye color, birth year, sex, gender, homework, species, feelings, vehicles, and many other columns. So you can see this is what you are going to be using today. You don't have to struggle. You can see it has some issues. If you can see my screen, it has some NA, that means not available. And we are going to explore it and see what we can do. So if you want to view any of it, you just write view. Okay. So I'm going to start with the variable types. As I said, that is the first thing we're supposed to cover for today. That is let me comment so that this part is not affected. Variable types. I'm going to glimpse. So glimpse is a function. Glimpse. I should be writing the right spelling. Glimpse, and I say glimpse house. So you're going to see what is going to happen. And this, you can see it is showing the variables that we have. You can see we have name is a character, height is an integer, mass is a dbl. Then we have a color, which is a character, chr. We have feeling, which is a list. Vehicles is a list. We have starships is a list. So if you want to see the variable types, you just glimpse. Glimpse is a function under tidyverse. Okay. So if you also want to identify the class in which a particular column falls under, you can check using the class function in tidyverse. So class, I want to check, maybe let me check the class of the gender. Okay, I have gender in my data. Styles is here. Gender is written in small letters. It should be very thin in the cases. So class styles. So because it's inside styles, I'm going to do what as we did in our first session, styles. Then I put a dollar sign and say gender. So immediately put a dollar sign, it's going to present the list of columns that exist. Okay, so gender, and then I'm going to run this part so that I can see. So gender is a character. Okay, so you can see gender was a character here. So you can change this one to, let's check what, let's check films. Okay, so films is a what, it should bring the film is a list, so it tells the class of the variable. These are classes. Okay, then there's another formula here, unique. Unique is also a formula, and let's check unique for what, for gender again. Okay, so styles, and I'm going to pick the column gender. Yeah, just let me click and type it manually. So when I run this part, I have masculine and feminine and NA. Okay, so it tells you what is contained inside the gender. So you're already exploring your data, and you're getting to know what is inside there. Now that we all know that gender was what, when we ran class styles gender, it was a character. So if you want to change your variable type, for example, you're having a date and you don't want to, you want to change it to a character, or a character you want to change it as a to a factor. You recall me telling you that you're supposed to use as dot, and then you put the name of what you want to change. So for example, I want to change gender to a factor. I'll take styles gender to specifically pick the gender column. Then I assign to as dot factor to change it to factor. Then I must again, is there a concern? Okay, okay, let me just mute him. Okay, so I was changing. So as dot factor, I want to change it to a factor from a character. I will again put styles and a dollar sign gender to pick that specific column. So I've just copied this, so I keep on pasting because I don't want to get tired typing every time. When I run this,
Sean, let me. Sorry, could you please repeat? Unique. What did unique mean? What does it help?
okay, let me repeat that part. So you see, we wanted to check what is inside. Let me go back to my data here, and I was checking the gender. You see, gender was containing the character variable, and it can only pick either the masculine and feminine. So this means when this data was being constructed, this data was inputted in terms of a list. So the person only had option of selecting the masculine and the feminine. Okay, so when you run unique, and then you want to check like what was contained in that list that was being used to input the data inside this file, it's going to tell you, it's going to give the list that was used. So you can see it was either masculine and feminine, but NA has also been generated, and you can see it's not in the double quote because it's a missing value, and has been also been generated because it's found in that specific column of gender. So that is just to display the list that was used. Okay,
Okay.
so okay, So changing the variable type, I've run it. I not see the change in the console. I try to run and say variable, uh, variable, variable, variable. Let me try. Variable not found. I want to see. Oh, okay. Because I've changed it to a factor. Now I want to check its class. Okay. Initially it was a what? It was a character. So let me paste that one inside there. I want to see the class of gender again. And I run, it's a factor. So you can confirm that here it was a character, and when you use as.factor and then you assign that specific column, it's going to change according to what you put here. So for me, I put a factor. Okay. So you can confirm it's a factor. Okay. Then uh, the other thing here. So let me see the other thing we can explore. We have the hair color, the skin color. Okay. Let me go and try to select and filter. Okay. Select and filter. We did it in dplyr library. It's a repetition. The same thing applies. So I'm going first to start with the names, styles. You see what it's going to give me when you go with when you use the names as a function. So when you use name as a function, can you see what it's giving us? It's giving us the names of each and every column. Okay, so if you want to see the names of each and every column, what your data contains, you just type names, and I put the name of your data. In this case, is styles. Then I want to select some few columns. I'm going to say styles, and then do you remember what you are putting if you want to select? We are putting the pipe operator. That is a percent greater than percent. Okay, then I will go to the next line, but you can continue the same line. I only need my work to appear clean. I will use the select function inside the dplyr, which is also inside tidyverse. Then I want to select the name. I want to select the height, but remember, uh, height under any. You see here, I want you to see, do you see here where we try to fetch the names of our columns? We have hair color, skin color, eye color. So if I want to select uh, everything that ends with color, there's a formula here called ends with, okay? Ends with, it's a formula inside tidyverse. Then I can put in bracket and say ends with what color. It's going to select every specific column that ends with color. And you can see we have eye color, skin color, and hair color. Then I want to confirm if it has done that. I'm going to put my pipe operator so that I can go to the next line. Then I will say what? I'd say names, and names. Then I put, let me confirm when I run these names styles. Let me pick this code as I run this code. So can you see it has only brought what you selected? Hello, bro. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay, I hope you did. My side is cool. Okay, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. Can you hear me? Hold online. Don't go offline. I'm just calling you back in 10-15 minutes. Don't go offline. Okay. Okay. So, so have you seen the change? It has only selected the name, height, and anything that ends with color here. So that is the same thing we did under tidyverse. Let me admit this person. Welcome, David. We are just proceeding. So you can see what how tidyverse can also select the name, height, and color. So I've just specified. That is the same thing we did under tidyr. So I want us to do some filter. We are going to do, let's filter the hair color. Okay, let's go to the hair color and see what is there. StarWars is here. The hair color, you have black, brown, none, white. So they are just several. So Sharon, back to your question about the unique. Let me show you. When we use unique here, and then we put StarWars, which is our data set in this case. StarWars, and then I'm going to put $sign for hair color to select that specific column as we always do here, hair color. Okay, I want you now to see what is going to happen when I use unique under the hair color. Can you see blonde, NA, not available, none, brown, brown, gray, black, gray, urban, blonde. Sharon, have you understand now how unique has been used?
Yes.
Yes, it what it's doing, it's just bringing all observation in that specific column that you are trying to fetch data from. You get it?
Yes.
Uh, okay. Then I want us to learn something different. I want us to get the difference between or and. There's a difference between or and. Okay. So I'm going to not select. I start with my data, that is thous. Then I put type of data, that is percent, greater than percent. Then I'm going to select some specific field. In this case, I'm going to go with month. It's, Sharon, your microphone. Okay, thank you. So I was saying I want to show you the difference between or and. Okay, so I'm going to start with the styles, that is my data. Then I'm going to say the name, height. I'm going to repeat the same thing, so I don't have to struggle. Let me delete this one. Then I'm going to come back here. I'm going to copy this line of code because I want to select this name, height, and anything that ends with color. I will paste this one here. Then after doing that, I still want to filter. So after selecting again, I don't want to see everything. Okay, I'm going to filter. I'm going to filter the hair color. I'm going to filter the hair color, and in this case, the hair color, I'm going to filter so that I can only get blonde. Let me pick blonde and brown only. I don't want to get everything, you see. So when I do that, I'm going to, because I want to pick blonde and brown inside the hair color, I will use the percent in percent. It's a formula. So percent in percent to say that I want to pick these two things inside in hair color. Okay, then I'm going to concat so that I can pick the two. I will pick blonde, comma, brown. They should be in double quotes, comma, brown, blonde, comma, brown. Then I want to filter twice. So the first filter, I want you to get what I'm doing. I'm selecting name, height, and anything that ends with color under the styles dataset. And then I'm not just selecting the way I did it here. Okay. In this case, what I'm doing, again, after selecting, I want to filter. I don't want to get every hair color. I only want to get the hair color that is blonde and brown. So only rows that has blonde and brown are going to be filtered out. And I'm going to use the and what? And I'll go to a new line just to make my work clean, but you can continue in the same line. I'm going to say height. Remember, I have my height, and I'm going to say height must be less than 180. So I'm going to explain that. Then I'm going to close my pipe operator. So here, two conditions must be met for this data to be filtered out. You get? So the condition that must be met is the number one, the hair color must either be blonde and brown, and at the same time, the rows must contain height that is only less than 180. So the two conditions for hair color and the height must be met. Okay. So I am going to, after that, I'm going to view my data. Let me run. I see if the changes. Height is there's an error. Let me see where the error is coming from. Unexpected in. Okay, percent. Color in percent. I'm concatenating. Then I'm having my, let me brown, blonde and brown. The spelling is okay. Blonde and brown. My hair color. Okay. Okay, let me see. Name, height, and so.
Should the color in brackets, should the bracket be twice, or
Which one is that?
like in the line number 38?
Line number 38, select name, height, color. Okay, I'm having,
Should be the two brackets at the end.
yes, because I've opened a bracket after select and I've
Mhm.
opened a bracket after end with. You see?
Okay, I've seen.
So let me check. Unexpected, we have unexpected what? Unexpected something,
Symbol.
filter, unexpected symbol, an unexpected symbol, okay? Try your side, you see if it's going to run.
Gives me the same error.
It gives you the same error.
Yes.
Let me try and see the issue. Color in, and let me try give a space here. Height. Is there an issue here? Should be closing a single bracket. 1, 2. I have 1, 2 closed here, and I have 1 opening here. I must be having an issue with my bracket, so let me do this. I will remove 1. Have you seen? Because how many brackets have I opened? 1, 2, and I've closed 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to remove a single bracket. Sorry, here. Then I see. Okay. Yes, it has worked. Have you seen where the error is? The bracket was I was opening 2 brackets and closing 3 brackets, which is impossible. So I've only deleted 1 bracket beforehand, and the result should appear in a new script. And you can see our criteria has been met. The 2 criteria. The first one is that the hair color must either be, not must either, must be blonde or brown, and the height must be below 180. So I can see. Have you corrected the error your side before we continue?
I'm working on it.
Yeah, my side is okay.
Okay, that the other side your screen is not visible on my end. Felix, you say my screen is not visible. Uh, where might be the issue? 919, it's 925. Felix, can you now see it? Yes?
I'm still getting the error.
You are still getting the error.
Yeah.
Okay, can you present your screen? I dropped mine.
Sorry?
Should I drop my screen? You present yours.
No, let me just see your code again. Let me just look at it.
Can you see it clearly?
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Let me run it again. Yeah, I can share mine so that you can help me troubleshoot.
I've dropped mine so you can share yours. Okay, select name, height, ends with color, or type of data, filter. I can see double quotes after brown. There are two
Oh,
instead of
okay.
one. Are you okay? Felix, can you see my screen? Because I saw your message at 9:19 p.m. saying that you can't see it.
Still not visible.
It's not visible even now.
I've tried to refresh it, but still not visible. Let me check my network.
Yeah, check it because I can see you're quitting and logging back. So might be your network. Sharon, are you good?
It's okay now.
Okay, that's good.
Still on.
Still you have an issue. Should I drop my screen?
Yes, please.
Yeah, let me and okay, name height 180. Select name height,
Oh,
filter hair color in blonde, brown, and height should be less than 180. When you run, what is the issue? Unexpected symbol, comma, unexpected comma. Select name, comma, height, ends with color, two brackets, that is okay, filter, hair color, underscore color, in, blonde, comma, brown, and height should be less than 180. I think it has here. Can you run together with StarWars? Highlighting StarWars as well because I can see you left it out. Yes?
still an error.
Have you also included StarWars in your block
Yes,
of code?
yes.
Can you present your screen while running it? Okay. Next. Okay. Then when you run,
I don't know. I don't know how to run that screen while I'm sharing. It only gives me an option of so I can only
Can you, your RStudio is in your task.
Yes.
Can you click on it? Click on it while on the task, but then just run it. Now you can just run. We should be able to see it. Okay. Then I put it comma. Let me check code. Select M-.
In between color percentage in percentage and this they see this letter C in between.
Yes, yes. Hey, concat. You are forgetting concat. Concatenate.
Yeah,
The C.
concatenate in between. Yes.
It should be here.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Because you want to pick both blonde and brown. Both.
Like
Like
you
that.
can try. You can try to run.
Okay.
Okay.
It has done. Hey, thank you, Kevin, for that. Your eyes must be very sharp. Okay. That is cool.
Thank you.
Okay. So we can check some missing data. That is our second last thing. Because we actually have a lot of them. So let me show you something. Can we all try to get the mean of the height? First, let me show you something here. Let's go to StarWars here, our data.
Share your screen.
Oh, sorry. Let me share my screen. So can you go and view your StarWars data? The under height, we have some not available. NA. We have NA. And you see, that is under height. Do we have NA? Yeah, they are here. From 83 to 87. Now, when we go back to our code, and I'm trying to get the mean of what? Of my height, that is a $$ height, then I run it, NA. Why? Because the formula of getting the mean is always the sum over n. And so meaning we don't have sum, because let's say, for example, NA is a character variable, and 87 is an integer. So if you take 87 plus NA, you get NA, because you cannot get an addition of two variables that are not the same. So that is why you cannot get the mean of the height, and that is why you have to clean your data. So if you want to get the mean of your height, you're going to do mean. Oh, let me just copy. Should embrace the spirit of copying to save on time. So I'm going to copy this one here. Then I'll put it here in my new line. I come. So after height, I'll say NA, that is NA dot RM. RM is remove, okay? So you can see a logical evaluating to true or false, indicating whether NA value should be striped before the computation proceeds. So if you write NA dot remove and say is equals to true, it's going to remove all missing values, then compute the mean of the height. So if you run it, it should bring a value 174.6049, and that's how you can get the mean where you have missing values. So you have to check that. Then let me show you something here. I hope we are together up to that point. Let me select my name, gender, embrace the spirit of copying. I will copy I want my name, gender, hair color, and height. Let me type it: name, gender, hair underscore color, and the height. Okay. Then I'm going to run this. Error, object name not found. We don't have a name. Oh, okay. I see the error is that I have not even opened my data. My data is StarWars, and I should put the pipe operator. Then I should run this. you can see I've only decided, so you can see it cannot display everything. You get 77 more rows. Since there are 87, if you see our data here under StarWars, it can only display 10, and it will give you the rest as a number. So I've selected what? Only 3 things. I have my name, I have my gender, I have my hair color, and I have my height. Okay. So you can see under names, do we have missing values from the 10 rows? We have no. Under gender, we don't have. Under hair color, we have them. Under height, there are none. So if you want to omit the missing values by default, you'll say StarWars, put your pipe operator, that is a percent greater than percent. Then I'm going to say select. I'm going to repeat the same thing. I will copy it directly after StarWars, enter V. Then after doing that, I'm going to omit na.omit, like not available. So I'm trying to omit the missing values. Okay. Then I put my empty bracket. So when I run this, run argument object is missing with no default in na.omit. What is happening? It's because I've not put my pipe operator here. See how you're supposed to be keen, you don't have to rush. So when I run this, you can see it has by default omitted those entries with what? With missing values. And you can see now under hair color we don't have missing values. So you can see here we have our 10th entry was Obi Kenobi, but right now we have Chewbacca, meaning there are some entries that have been omitted. So if you want to omit missing values while selecting, you don't want to care about them. You just say na.omit, that is after appending your select line of code. Okay, so you will have to, it's going to remove every missing values from your data set, and you can view this. I will show you. Just to confirm, I'm going to say view. I put my empty bracket, and then I run again this block of code. Error, why? Argument X is missing with no default pipe operator. Let's see how using tidyverse is tiresome. So you can see we don't have missing values right now. You see, our data is clean. Okay, the other thing that you can do, let me show you something. I'm going to say StarWars. We are almost finishing. StarWars, I'm going to have percent. I'm going to repeat the same thing, so I have to copy it. This one, Control copy, enter, Control V. Then after doing that, I'm going to filter. And I will say there's a formula here, complete dot cases. Sorry, I've put a comma instead of a dot, cases. Then I will put bracket, and inside the bracket I put dot. Okay, try to run this. I'll try to run it. So if you try to run this, you'll come to realize that the difference between here, there's no difference between this one, complete dot cases. What does complete dot cases mean? It means it's telling your data that it should only bring cases that are complete, like rows that don't have missing values. But do you know that an exclamation mark in RStudio is a not? So what if I put my exclamation mark there and then I try to run it? You will see the missing values are back because it's saying not complete cases. Like, I hope you're getting it. I don't see the way I can bring it out, but I hope you're getting it. Like, complete dot cases, it will only bring rows that has complete values with no missing values. But when you put this exclamation mark to mean a not, it negates the statement. Hope you get it. Okay. You can add a line here. you can add a line, drop, you can say, sorry, have to put my pipe operator because I'm going to the next line and I'm using tidyverse. You can say drop na, okay? It's a, remember this is a formula under tidyr for tidying your data, and I say drop na in height. So here, when I run this, you will see that because I negated this place, when you negate this statement, earlier when we negated it, it brought every case, whether you have a missing value or not, it brought everything. But now, right now, it has only, it's like now a criteria, it has only brought values that don't, it has only returned rows that don't have missing values in height only. Okay, so if you drop that now, you again add a criteria on this one, so it doesn't only follow this line, it also follows this line. What am I explaining? But I hope you guys you're getting it. Sharon, are you getting that point? Are you getting what I've been saying? Yes,
No.
you're not getting. So I'm saying, did you get about the complete dot cases?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you negate the complete dot cases, you are like saying not. So it means you are returning even those values that are not complete. So even if they have missing values, you are still returning them. Do you understand up to that point?
Yes.
So remember, when you code up to that line of filter complete dot cases with that negation, it means that you are returning everything, including the rows with the missing values, and then you add another condition that it should return everything, including rows with missing values, but not rows with missing values under height column. When you add drop underscore now, so it drops the rows with missing values under the height column, corresponding to the other values in other columns. Do you get it?
Yes.
Kevin, are you good?
Yes, 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 I'm good.
Now, and then you can view. Of course, if you want to view, just say view. And I have to be keen. My pipe operator was supposed to be here. I must include it here. So I'm going to run this. So the only difference is that when you say view, it opens another screen. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, so that is missing values. I want to show you replacing, because every time is not about removing missing values. You can always replace them here in R. I think this is the last thing. Yeah. So I'm going to start with my dataset styles, my pipe operator, enter. I'm going to say select again. Of course, I want to select the name, gender, this one. I'm going to copy it. Copy, come here, V, to paste it. Then I'm going to say filter. I'm going to say filter complete cases. I was supposed to copy this one from here to here. Leave out the pipe indicator. Then after doing that, I'm going to do what? After filtering, I'm going to mutate. Do you remember what mutate was doing the other time? I'm going to mutate was adding a new column. If you can recall, so hair color 2. I want to add a new column called hair color 2 in my data is equals to, and it's going to replace what? Replace underscore NA with what? NA, my column is initial column is hair color none. So what I'm doing here, what this code is going to do, it's going, first of all, it's going to select name, gender, hair color, and height in my styles data. Then after this, it's going to do a filter, and it's going, because I've negated here, it's going to generate a list of every what? A list of every column, even if a row has a missing value. So it's going to bring everything, and after there it's going to mutate. It will add a new mutation, will add a new column called hair underscore color 2. And how is this mutate? How is this what is this hair color 2 going to contain? It's going to contain the same values that are under hair color, but now in hair color where we have NA replace underscore NA, now we are going to replace them with none. That's what I'm trying to achieve. And after doing that, let me try to view my data so that we can see if what I'm saying is making sense. Object hair color not found. Sorry, pipe operator here. Because I had closed my data. If I don't put the operator, argument X is missing with no default in view. Sorry, again, my pipe operator here. Let me view my data and I will run this one. Can you see? Yeah, can you see what mutators do? It has not deleted this column. The only thing it has done, it has formed another column with same entries as the hair color, but it has only replaced the not availables in hair colors with none. Okay, I hope you can see that. And the very
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Cool. So that is just if you want to replace. So you can delete the initial one, the hair color, but I never wanted to delete it. So I just decided to mutate to form a new column. So dealing with duplicates, the very last thing, then we call it a day. Duplicates, we are going to form our data. Let's say our data is assigned to concatenate. I'm going to write the names of 4 people here, and I'm going to put a duplicate deliberately. Have Peter, John, we have Andrew, and again we have who? Peter. Okay, name, I'm going to have my age. I assign to concatenate again. Their values, I don't have to put them in double quotes. Their numbers, I don't have to put them in those quotations. 32, and I'm going to have 44 and 22. So you can see Peter with age 22 is repeating twice, and I'm going to store them. Okay, I'm going to store them inside friends. Sorry, why should I type with a capital? Friends, and I'm going to assign these friends to a data frame. I'm trying to form a data frame that will combine both my name and age, the data set that I'm forming. And what is it going to contain? It's going to contain name and age. Sorry for this, I have to change this one, normalize using small letters. Okay, my name and age. Then I want now to remove the duplicates. So let me try to view what friends. When I run this, friends, Peter 22 repeating itself, confirmed. After viewing, I want to come here. Let me comment on this line of code, it's not important, so that I can come and say friends. Then I put a box bracket so that I can remove the duplicate. So again, I will negate and say duplicate. Duplicated is a formula. It's here, and you can see its syntax. Okay, so it takes x and in comparables, whether it's a false or a true. Okay, so what is my x? My x is, that is like my data, so duplicated in friends. So okay, then I'm going to put here a comma, and I'm going to show you the result so that you can just see what it's going to do. Let me run this. Can you see 22, 44? So this thing, I have to explain this. When you put box bracket, the curly bracket in R, and then there's always a comma, like there's something like this. So here it's always a row, and here it's always a column. I want you to know this. It's a very basic knowledge. So here, the first when you put a box bracket, the first thing that appears before the comma is a row, and the second that appears is a column. So here, let me delete this one. I can just comment on it. I don't have to delete. Friends, I'm going to inside friends. So this comma, this side is row and this side is column. So I'm going to check the rows that are duplicated inside the friends. Remember, my friends is now my data set, because I've already formed a data frame. So not duplicated. It should return only rows that are not duplicated. This exclamation mark is not. So can you see the result? It has only returned. Remember, our friend's head was like this, Peter appearing twice. So here when you say this one, you say not duplicated, it returns only rows that are not duplicated. Okay? But again, you can use this one is a tidyr. You can use what? Let me comment. You can use tidyverse, our initial library, and say friends uh, friends, I assign an operator and say distinct. If you can recall distinct inside the dplyr library. Okay, let me run. I want to see what is going to return. You see? So which one is easier? Imagine this one is tidyr. Exclamation mark, duplicate, friends, a lot of stories. But if you go to tidyverse, you only need to say friends, pipe operator distinct, to say it should only return rows that are values that are not duplicated. You get? So you can see tidyverse is easy. I was just trying to show you when you compare tidyverse and a dplyr library. According to how we started here, I said you also supposed duplicates was the fourth thing. The last thing was recording values. I want you to go and check on that. So I will leave it for you guys. It's called duplicated variables. Can you check on that, and then you will tell me what you get. So let me save my file. Desktop that, and I save it as data cleaning in R. Enter, and I will stop the recording.